Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? K&B the Sexy Ninja here, in the place to be for C Plus Studios. And this is the New World Podcast. I've had a rough couple days. This episode is dedicated to my Uncle Raybert, who was a huge wrestling fan when we were younger. I told the wife a story, I remember the biggest thing he loved to do was lift weights while he was watching, wrestling and stuff like that. He's always lifting weights. He was always just watching it, and I love you, Uncle. I love you forever and always. I was thinking of you when I was watching Friday Night SmackDown. So let's just jump right on, man. We start the show off with Ricochet and Madcap Moss versus Sami Zayn in Solo Sikoa. And it was a fun match. I just love Sami Zayn. The love for Sami Zayn is just amazing. Honorary Uce, and it made me happy. There's a spot where Solo just wham, baseball ball into freaking Ricochet's head with the chair and threw him. I was like, damn, I'm glad I got to sit down and watch SmackDown because everything that's been going through my head the past couple days, this was a highlight for me personally, just to have fun. And that's what I did with the show. Just have fun. And they had Austin Theory they had this one thing in the backstage segment with Austin Theory, and he's talking about how dumb Drew McIntyre is and blah, 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 setting up the next match. And, versus Drew, the match ends in chaos with Alpha Academy. Johnny Gargano and Kevin Owens comes out, which sets up the big main event for the main event of the show. That I was just like, yes, and they announced that, and I was just like, hell yeah. In Theory, I like that Theory's growing a little bit of a beard. He looks better, not so clean. He looks more heelish, We had Hit Row versus Los Lotharios, and that was an okay match. Hit Row got the W. It wasn't anything fantastic or great or revolutionary to the wrestling biz, but it was fun. Ronda Rousey versus Natalya. That was an okay match as well. A little bit of, I feel like they miscommunicated some things with each other because there was a few times where they were just rolling around on the mat. And I was kind of like, okay, but the end result was Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey trying to beat the shit out of each other. That's what was crazy. It was like they were going to beat the crap out of each other, setting it up. We're getting Extreme in Philly here in a couple weeks, man. I cannot wait for that match between Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. Then Imperium beating down Sheamus. And Sheamus, you are a banger, bro. A banger. One of my favorite things he did after he got the first beat down, he grabs the mic. He's like, is that all you got? And there's going to be the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium at Extreme Rules. I'm excited about that. But, yeah, then Sheamus got the beat down. The beat down. Then we got Shotzi versus Bayley. That was a fun match, especially the fact that we're gonna, the tease of getting Extreme, especially when Bayley went and grabbed the ladder, and Bianca comes out, and there's a great spot where you think someone's gonna hit that ladder. It was fun. But back to Imperium real quick. I cannot wait for Sheamus versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title next week on SmackDown, the big premiere, TV premiere, whatever they're calling it. I'm very excited about that match because that Clash of the Castle, that match was mwah. But we had the big main event, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Johnny Gargano versus Theory and Alpha Academy, and talk about some fun back and forth, just some great spots. It ended really quick. I don't think they meant to end it that fast, maybe because of TV time or something like that. Because it just ends because he gets a Claymore to Theory, but their outside stuff with Kevin Owens, Johnny Gargano, and the Alpha Academy, and Otis, my spirit animals being Otis. It was a fun, but like I said, it just ended. The match was like when they cut, that's when he hits the Claymore to Theory, 1, 2, 3. Then he pulls out the strap, and he's like, I'm coming for you, Karrion Kross, because Karrion Kross earlier on had this great package, TV package to say like, yo, Drew, I'm coming for you. I'm going to push you to the limits, and I'm going to be the next WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. That Karrion Kross is after that championship, but first he has to go through Drew. Another great highlight was, well, it was fun throughout the show. It was, Maximum Male Models. They were doing the longest pose, but the last segment they had of them is where I almost said LA Knight. Oh, but it's coming. We're shedding the skin of the Maximum Male Models gimmick off of him, because he even took his belt with the M on it. He goes, this is not me. This was never my idea. I'm basically shedding this bad idea, and I'm going to get rid of it. You know, that was just like, oh man, I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan, but that made my skin go goosey woosey boosey. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see what happens. Another fun one was when after Solo and Sami Zayn, they won their match. They go in the back, and just the tension between Jay and Sammy, it's amazing. And he's like, and Jay's like, if you ever do anything to this family to put us in jeopardy, blah, 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 blah. And then Sami Zayn, just being Sami Zayn's just like, yo, maybe if you want to bring this up with Roman, not me. And I was like, damn, the tension in the family, the bloodline, honorary oos. Also some great backstage segments. Like there was one where, Johnny Gargano, Kevin Owens were in the back, but there was Drew, then talking about their match. Then, Owens just walks off, and he's walking down. He sees them doing their pose, and he's like, you need to lift your hand a little bit higher to get the proper pose. You know what? Never mind. He's walking. Then he sees Sammy, and he's like, you need a new shirt, and walks off. Just great little nuggets like that. And also a nugget was a QR code that popped up. And if you popped that QR code, it took you to this picture of a pig and the little white rabbits at the bottom. So it's coming, folks. Extreme Rules. The big reveal, and I cannot wait. I give the show a solid 4. Just because there was some matches I was kind of like, that was okay. So tell me what you thought of the show. What did you think? I needed something just to be entertained. I needed something just because of the week. And once again, this is dedicated to my Uncle Raybert. Forever and always, I love you. Thank you for, thank you for all the great memories and everything like that. Mwah! I love you. After that, you're going to like and subscribe. You're going to share it with your grandma, share it with the bum down at Walmart, and tell them that the New World Podcast is for life.
Look at this. You guys had a shot and you've become clowns. Here you are worried about posing instead of being out there winning real titles. Man, this ain't for me anymore. You can 86 that because, quite frankly, I'm not sure this ever was for me.